On this Garden Center with Matthew. It's been a minute. I've been in the process of getting my stuff packed up and moved from down here in South Alabama. So I'm going to be reading out of Romans chapter 12 today. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So he's telling us that we're not of this world, and not to conform to this world, because this world, you know, the devil rules this world. The devil's got his little grubby hands and everything. So he's wanting us to follow his word and do what we're supposed to do, and to love one another, regardless of what other people's doing. It's really not about what other people do. It's about what we do. So we can only control what we do. We can't control what other people or the world's doing. We can only control what we are doing physically and mentally, and how our prayer life is and how our spiritual life is with God. So I'm going to go to verse 3 now. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man to measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So he's saying that, he's talking to the church, and he's talking about us being of sober mind. So we're not supposed to be getting drunker, because like we make bad decisions. I know when I was drunk, when I used to drink, I made bad decisions. I can make bad decisions not drinking, but when you drink or you become drunken, then you really don't make the best decisions. Is what and God talks about it. So you know, he wants us to be a sober mind, and he says that everybody doesn't hold the same office. Everybody's got different things they do for the church or for God. You know, everybody hadn't got the same ability or same gift. So he's just telling us to be focused on what we're able to do, and to be sober while doing it. 5. So we being many are one body in Christ, and every one member one of another. Having gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or that he exhibiteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. He that soweth mercy with cheerfulness. So he's telling us not to really think of ourselves how. I can say God did give us a gift. One of these gifts, you know, maybe your thing is you're just making the coffee for the church, or you're just making some phone calls. Well, your job's just as important as the guy the pastor is. You know, because we're all working as one body, and that's the way it is in like the kitchen. You know, I've been as low as the dishwasher and as high as an executive chef, and but you know, without that dishwasher, the machine will stop. I mean, I seen that firsthand. Like about a week ago. Like there was, I'm in a place right now where the dish guys walked out. I got my butt in there and I helped. And it's like without them guys, the machine will stop. Just like with the church and with us, like everybody has their own little thing. So just because maybe you're making say $1 million, you're on your own business, or you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer. It doesn't, or you're a CFO, or you're whatever your title is. You're not above the rest of the people. Like you shouldn't think of yourself as above them. And it's not good. It's not good leadership to think of yourself on a higher stage than the rest of the people. Now, you do have, you should have higher standards, or you should be qualified. You know what I'm saying? But that's because God has given it to you. It's not because of nothing else. God has allowed you in that position, and God gave you the brains and the intelligence to do that, and the spirit in order to carry out that job. So, some people just wasn't blessed as much as us, and we shouldn't hold that against them. We shouldn't think less of them because of that. Everybody deserves the same amount of respect is what this is saying. I'm just breaking down in a nutshell. So I'm going down to verse 9 now. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. So it's saying don't be slothful. So the slothful person doesn't achieve some goals. And it's saying for us to love our brother, honor, preferring one another. We're supposed to honor our brother like our brothers. Anybody that we really come in contact, especially and there's some people that just evil, and you're still supposed to be good to them, or you're still not. You ain't gotta trust them, you ain't gotta hang out with them or nothing like that, but you're still supposed to be kind to them. Is what it's saying. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love and honoring them and stuff. So. And it's saying rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing in prayer. So I went through what I call a little storm, tribulation, whatever you want to say, the past month and a half or so, and it's all working out for the glory of God. Because I've looked back, and I've been praying. I've always prayed. I've been praying more since the last couple of years. I sort of stepped back from this one little deal I was in, and I got more involved with this. It's not necessarily just church and religion. It's a spiritual journey for me. So I'm just getting up here doing what God wants me to do. I'm not really a denomination, so to speak, and I'm not really a pastor, so to speak. I'm just doing what God's asked me to do. And he asked me to do this years ago, and guess what? When I stopped doing it, then there was a bunch of trouble came. But during all this, I've been doing this about 8 months now, and there was like a bad storm came. The devil, see, that's what he did last time. He brought a bad storm, and I folded under pressure, and I stopped doing. I just knew that I wasn't. The devil still wasn't good enough, but. I am good enough because God's granted me the intelligence to do this, and He's also spoken to me, not audibly, but there has been other things that's went on in my life that He has told me to get back into doing this, and I'm just blessed. I knew it was going to happen one day, but I didn't know it was going to be as soon as I thought I was going to be a lot older, which I am older. Anyways, enough about me. I'm going to go into verse 15 now. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one towards another. Mind not high things, but kindness to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. So he's telling us not to repay evil for evil. You know, I had some evil done to me a little while back, and it's really not up to me to discuss it with y'all. But it was some evil stuff that went on behind the scenes, and greed, envy, and whatever else, just hatred. You know, but God has put me through the other side, and I'm just so grateful to God that He has showed me that all this stuff happened for a reason. Like He's got a bigger plan for my life than what was going on there. And I'm just so grateful that God. It was only by the grace of God that like that happened, and it wasn't fun. I wasn't thanking God when it was going on in the middle of that stuff, but now I can look back and see that God had His hands in it. Now, was there some backstabbing, backbiting, and some evil stuff going on? Yes, there was. But you know what? Them people, you know, that's something. I'm gonna get down to it further. That's for God to take care of tonight. That's not for me to worry about no more. You know, that kind of stuff will eat us up. And we'll lose our blessing by just worrying and stressing and trying to figure out what we can do to get back. And it's not really about us getting back. God will take care of that. It says for us to be of one mind towards one another, and for us to get through all this. So I'm going to go to verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peacefully with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give peace unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in doing so, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So it's saying don't repay evil with evil, do good. So like these people that has did me wrong over the years, and like this last situation, I've had to pray for them. I did not want to, but this is what this says. This says for me to pray for them, that God's going to have the end result. He's going to repay the evil for evil. It's not up to me. My thing is to still be nice and still love people, because you never really know what's going on in people's minds. I mean, they may have thought something, or I don't know what goes on in people's mind. You know, sometimes you think you can save money doing this, but then it really ends up not saving money, and it'll end up getting caught up. All that stuff's going to get put out in the wash, and I'm just really grateful that I do love God and I do have peace with this, because this would have ate me up if I wasn't a Christian and I didn't know that God was taking care of me. Which, even being a Christian, sometimes you're going through that storm, it's really hard, and like you're asking God why, but like at the end of the day, you stay in prayer, you stay in contact with God, and you keep your connection with Him. Everything's going to work out for the betterment. Even though it may feel uncomfortable for a minute, you know, I just know that God's got something better for me, and it is, you know, everything's working out. It was like a weird situation that was going on throughout this last month and a half, but man, I'm feeling happy about what's going on. I'm feeling blessed, and everything's gonna work out, man. You know, if anybody need prayer, you can comment down below, and I'll put you in my prayer box. I have a prayer box that I pray for every day. Even them people that I just really did me wrong, I got them in that box. And I don't want to. This flesh don't want me to, but like I know that's what God wants me to do, and that's what this was talking about. This Romans chapter 12 was talking about for us to do things we don't want to do for the glory of God. That we're supposed to rise above. We're supposed to rise above and not be on that tit for tat stuff. We're not supposed to repay evil for evil. It says God will take care of that. God will take care of it, but you may never see it. You know, I heard the grapevine God done took care of one of them people, so you know, we'll see what ends up unfolding and all that. I'm just I'm gonna keep that person in prayer anyways, because I know it's rough if what happened. Uh, you know, I love God, and I want to do right by God, and I want to do right by people. You know, that's the only person I can control is myself. I can't control what other people do. I can't control how other people treat me. I can't control about how other people think about me or what people say about me. Any of that stuff. It's between me and God. And it's between you and God what you do. You know, so I know as long as I live in this flesh, there's going to be temptations to do stuff I ain't supposed to do. But you know, by the grace of God, I may be able to overcome most of the stuff, and like some of this stuff just takes longer than others. That the whole, you know, that big thing with the drinking and stuff. It took a long time to overcome that. You know, it's been over 7 years, and I dealt with a really bad relationship through all that. And I know God's going to give me the right woman at the right time. That particular woman was not the right woman, and I'm just happy to be out of that. You know, do I still love her? I still care about her and love her, but like, I never want to go back to that. It was a terrible situation. 8 years of my life. But what happened though was I got back the connection with God. So that's what I'm saying. God put me through an 8-year storm. So God still puts us through storms. That storm was 8 years worth of storm, but it came out to end up glorifying Him, because now I'm back in this. It took going through that to getting on my knees and praying and begging and praying and begging and praying and begging and then finally getting this back. So I encourage everybody that's going through a storm, don't let the devil give you get in your head, telling you you're not good enough, God don't love you, because that's a lie from the pit of hell, and he's just trying to manipulate the situation. You know, sometimes we create these situations. I could have stepped away. You know, this last situation, I had no control over. And the last relationship I was in, I had no control over that situation either. It was just, it just happened to whatever happened. And, you know, I just know that God's going to take care of me eventually, because I am doing the best I can. I am up here teaching His Word. And I love God with all my heart. And like I said, if you like what you've seen, like, share, and subscribe. I need some more subscribers. I'm still, I have been getting a few more a week than I have been getting. So I appreciate everybody for what they've been doing. And I know it's been a while since videos. Just been trying to pack up the house and get it moved up. So I love each and every one of y'all, and God does too. And y'all have a blessed day.